Alright class, so we're going to start today about thinking about this one question. Do you think you can dig from one side of the earth to the other? Can you guys go ahead and turn to your seat partners and talk about why or why not? Those are some awesome ideas you guys have. Now let's go ahead and watch this video explaining why or why not we can dig through the earth.
Someone in the class tell me something we learned from lab yesterday. Kaylee?
Yesterday in lab we learned about how if you take a rock and you drop it into water, you can tell the density of the rock by the displacement of the water.
Great job.
During our lab yesterday, we did look at the densities of rocks by first measuring their weight and then putting them in water and look how the water displaced afterwards.
We discovered that there are three types of rocks: sedimentary, metamorphic, and igneous rocks, and they all have different densities. But let's think about this in a broader context. Has anyone wondered what makes up our Earth? Obviously, we have continents and our bodies of water, but what's underneath all of that?
The rocks we studied yesterday actually make up the outer layer of our Earth. There are four main levels of the Earth. We have the crust, the mantle, the outer core, and the inner core. Has anyone in this room before ever seen the movie Shrek? I know I have. Such a classic movie. In that movie, Shrek compares ogres to onions, saying that ogres have many layers. You can also think of the Earth like an onion. There are many layers in the Earth that serve a distinct purpose.
In order to remember the layers of Earth, we can use a mnemonic device. The one I use is Clifford Makes Orange Candy in containers. You can feel free to make up your own mnemonic device or remember the one I made. Can everyone turn to their seat partner and come up with one together? You have 3 minutes to complete this and brainstorm on your own.
All right, now let's break down each level. We have our crust, our mantle, our outer core, and our inner core. Each level of the Earth is separated based on density. So the crust is made up of lighter materials, the basalt, granite, the rocks we mentioned yesterday, while the core, it contains nickel and iron and other dense materials.
Since the crust is made out of rocks and has the lowest density of all the layer, it is also the easiest to break through. Look at this bag. This bag has soil in it, but this layer would represent the crust. It's thin and easy to break apart. Now look at this bag of honey. What layer might this represent? The honey represents the mantle. The mantle is a semi-solid material of molten rock. It can be compared to the asphalt used in paved roads.
Awesome. Now let's look at the cores, the inner core and the outer core. Now, the fun thing about the cores is they're actually made up of the same material, nickel and iron. But the outer core is more fluid. It can flow easier within the Earth compared to the inner core because the inner core is so dense, it's so tight in there that when this wants to flow like water, it's actually pretty solid when you squeeze it like it would be in the middle of the Earth. I'll go ahead and pass these around so everyone can understand what we're saying.
I'm going to pass out a piece of paper with the Earth on it, and I would like everyone to label the layers before they leave. Also on your paper next to your name, you can write a number scaled 1 to 4. 4 being you are able to teach this concept to the class, and the number 1 being the concept is not clicking with you. Be honest about your answers because this will be important for our lesson tomorrow.